Hello guys, good evening and welcome to today's post-market analysis video and pre-market analysis for the next trading session. See guys, these videos are very important. Okay, let me tell you before I start. I make these videos so that you guys can understand how levels are marked and price action on various market scenarios. So no 2 days are alike in this market, and that's the best part of this profession, that no 2 days are alike. So always make it a point to watch the entire videos that I post. It is very important to watch the entire videos because I do keep getting questions over the same things that I have actually talked about in the videos. So it's best that you watch those videos in full, and then if you don't understand, then asking questions is a different matter altogether. So having said that, let's get down to analyzing today's price action, and then we will mark the important levels for the next trading session. Okay, so let's analyze Nifty first today. See, what happened here today was Nifty opened with this big strong bearish candle, and it was a good bodied bearish candle. Okay, and the open was exactly at PDH. This is the PDH, that is the previous day high. Now the PDH today was no particular supply zone, and actually if you could see today, then the price yesterday had bounced from here to here. So the level yesterday from where it had bounced was 32156.25, and the level of 33297.60 was a previous supply zone that was marked. Okay, so here this area, the level of 33297.60 was not a supply zone from yesterday but from a previous trading session. Okay, so you could see here that price actually took some resistance here, and then it also took resistance here. And to be frank, today Nifty was looking strong, but Bank Nifty was looking really weak. The structure was not looking good at all. Bank Nifty for a long time was trading within this one particular channel here, and you could see here that Bank Nifty kept going. There was a lot of volatility in here. It kept going within this channel and bouncing from one level to the other. Now what was that level? That was the PDH, and the bottom level was the top CPR, and the CPR was white today. Okay, and on white CPR days you should be looking out for reversal kind of patterns or double top double bottom kind of patterns. So you should not really be looking forward to taking breakout patterns. So I personally also was not looking out for breakout patterns today, and I was never going to trade on any breakouts at all. So when this candle, which was this candle, it was a 12:25 p.m. candle, which is this candle, which broke out of the high of the first candle. Where was the high? It was around here. So you can see that that candle was a strong breakout candle, exactly the 12:25 candle. Those are the kind of candles that we call as Marubozu candles. They indicate strong buying strength, and that was the breakout candle. It, what did it break? It broke the previous supply zone. This was the previous supply zone coming from an older time. So that was the level that was broken today convincingly, decisively, by the 12:25 p.m. candle. But still, since I entirely base my entire trading on the CPR, having seen this wide a CPR, I was never going to go on a long trade after the breakout happened. What was the CPR like? Let's measure it. So if this is the bottom CPR and this is the top CPR, you can see here that in Bank Nifty it was 305 points. That is a very wide CPR, and in fact an unusually wide CPR. So usually with such wide CPRs, the day will stay sideways. It will keep hitting the top and the bottom ranges throughout the day. So usually you should not be looking for breakout trades. And then price was stuck between two very important levels here. See, these were the two very important levels, the level being the previous day high and a previous old supply zone, and the CPR on the bottom. Now given this particular huge CPR on the bottom, it was almost very certain that price was now not going to break that CPR, because it is a very wide CPR and price finds it very difficult to break wide CPRs. So wider the CPR, difficult for price to break it, and narrower the CPR, easier for price to break it. Okay, and so definitely I was not looking for a shorting opportunity today. even if price had fallen uh, like it falls daily, almost daily, I would not have looked out for shorting opportunities. In fact, I was not on the lookout of breakout trades at all today. But again, definitely after this breakout, I was not expecting this rally either. And neither should you be expecting. If you're a price action trader, then you should not be expecting breakout rallies at the end of such breakout candles, because the CPR is what is suggesting you to not take a long position at that time. And then you could see that the price here at around 135, that is about an hour later, came to about a 50% level of the breakout candle, and it gave a bounce from there again. So that was the pullback. If you ask me, if this CPR were narrow, okay, so if this were a narrow CPR, then I would have thought of taking a breakout trade today. But again, it was still not a very good quality trade. I'll show you why now. Let's see, this is Nifty now. Okay, let me just zoom it for you. This is Nifty and the bottom is Bank Nifty. So this is 12:25 p.m. okay, this was the breakout candle that happened in Bank Nifty here. And if you could see the breakout pattern in Nifty, you could see that the R1 pivot was broken right at this level, and there was so much of price action going around that same level. Then Nifty at 12:25 p.m. made this particular green candle, and look at the distance left for Nifty to reach R2 pivot. It was so small. Also, this particular zone was the virgin CPR that we had initially marked, but again, that virgin CPR was not important, and it's never important whenever it is this narrow. It needs to have some width to it. So narrow virgin CPRs will not work, and price could easily break through the virgin CPR. And you could see there that the R2 pivot was there. Okay, that made the virgin CPR stronger, the R2 pivot being there. And then trading long here when Nifty is already right almost at the R2 pivot is not a very good idea. And especially when Bank Nifty did not look really strong right since the morning, so that is not a very good idea, right? So what we can do is, now we will go back to Bank Nifty and we will see here what was the high to low like. So this was the day's low and this is the day's high. So yet another day we see a 1,000-point rally in Bank Nifty. This rally was in continuation to yesterday's rally. So see, from yesterday's low, if we consider this low of yesterday to today, we can see nearly 1800 points there. So that is 1800 points in 2 trading sessions in Bank Nifty. That is a massively volatile day, or massively volatile 2 sessions. Okay, now for the levels for tomorrow, let's see. This is the CPR. So it was, yes, you can see some tiny candle bodies there. So let's see this here. You can see that there are a few very small fraction of those bodies inside the CPR. That does not stop us from marking a virgin CPR, okay? And the wicks do not matter anyway. So let's mark this virgin CPR going forward for tomorrow. Now let's see what all levels need to be adjusted here. See, we can adjust this level here, but since it's again within the CPR, we don't need to adjust this. We can delete this level now. We can actually see, we can adjust this box here. What we'll do is we'll just delete that box for now, or on second thoughts we'll just let the box be here. Okay, the reason being that the box comes from a historical price action here. So what we'll do is we'll let the box stand as it is, and we'll just adjust the levels accordingly. So the PDH is not a very strong supply zone, okay, but we are inside a supply zone. So instead of removing that box, we'll just let the box be here, because we can see this candle here, that was a red candle, but since it was a strongly bullish day, the level is important because R2 pivot in Bank Nifty, it took resistance and it could not crack it, right? So price could not crack the R2 level. So we'll just let the level be for tomorrow. The R2 coincides with the previous day high, that is today's high. And let's see what else do we have. Tomorrow again we have a whitish kind of a CPR for Bank Nifty. What is the CPR like? Tomorrow it's nearly 280 points. That's again a wide CPR. So let's just extend all these levels. This is the Virgin CPR coming from the 7th of March. Then we have a Virgin CPR coming from the 4th of March right here. So we'll just extend these levels. Yeah. And there is one level here which is broken convincingly today. So we will just delete that level. So we don't need to have that level anymore on the charts. And we did see a bounce from here today. So what we can do is we can just mark this level here. We can keep it ready for tomorrow. Since why are we marking that level? Because we saw that price went up from here after the breakout. It took support here and then it bounced again, right? So price tried to break that level, but it couldn't break it. So that's why we are marking that level, just to be safe tomorrow in the next trading session. Okay, I think we have all other levels marked. We don't need to be changing any more levels. This should be all. So let's check out Nifty now. We'll just go back and study Nifty. Let's see what Nifty did. Okay, Nifty, it's an interesting thing today. See, you can see this first candle here. This first candle in Nifty, does it suggest that does it suggest to you that buyers are strong or sellers are strong? It does not suggest me anything. So why? Because it has this long wick on the bottom. So you can see this long wick on the bottom, right? So this wick is very long and the body is red. So you're confused. This candle is neither bullish nor bearish. Makes no sense. So what was important here was Nifty, after it made this first what would we call it, a doji maybe, because it's neither bullish, it's a red body, but it's got wicks on both sides, long wick on the bottom, but still it's not a bullish candle. But then the follow-up candle here was a strong bullish candle, and then Nifty kind of spent some time within this zone here. And what was it doing in that zone? It kind of went up from here, it filled the gap. You can see here we've written the gap here and I've marked this arrow here, that is the gap. Okay, so the gap was filled today. And then after this candle, you know, this particular candle, what was the time of that candle? That was the 9:45 a.m. candle. Actually, after seeing such bearishness on the top, this kind of bearishness, you can see the wicks there. See all these candles, it looks so bearish, isn't it? So I had thought that the price was going to dip from here, from this particular area, and then it might have cracked below the previous day high. And I was not expecting this kind of a rally, frankly speaking, but it looks to be a continuation from yesterday's bounce. And Bank Nifty was also anyway looking weak, so it was still throughout the time stuck within the previous day's range when Nifty was actually trading above the previous day's range. And you could see here that the gap was filled and then price spent a lot of time within this area. And this candle right here, which was the 11:55 a.m. candle, broke out of that high that price had made here. So let me just show you the high here. So price had made a high here. Yeah, it broke out of that high. You can see here after the breakout happened. Let's just mark the line again here. See, this was the high. So when price broke out with this candle here strongly, you can see that it kind of took some support there. It gave a small retracement and then from here it shot off. But then it had the R2 pivot here, right here, and that was the R2 pivot. And we also had the Virgin CPR coming from the 7th of March. So the blue box that has been marked is the virgin CPR, and price broke it after non-stop green candles. Then it gave a correction here, a slight correction, and then it again rallied. Okay, then if you can see, then this is the yellow line is the weekly pivot that I mark. Okay, I'll just mark it for you if you cannot see. So this is the weekly pivot area, and you can see that price has taken resistance around this area, tried to break it. This was a small kind of breakout candle, but then with this candle, red candle, it reversed again from there. So that was the price action as is to be analyzed in Nifty. So let's see, as per today's price action, what are we going to do here. We'll just first thing we'll delete the gap here. The gap is now filled, we don't need it anymore. So let's just delete the gap here. The areas that I mark with black lines are the gaps. Okay, everywhere else you'll find blue lines on my charts. So the black line is the gap. Let's delete the virgin CPR that we had marked. We'll also delete these levels. The R1 pivot lies exactly at that same level. We'll delete that level. You can see here that the level of 16048.15 is intact. You can see how the first candle and the second candle have taken support at that same level. So those candles stay intact. What is the most important level to be marked for tomorrow? Think for a while and then I'll tell you. Okay, the most important level to be marked for tomorrow is the virgin CPR. Okay, don't miss those levels. So what we will do is we'll mark another box also here. Since this level is intact, we will go ahead and mark a box around here, this being the demand zone for today. And we can see tomorrow is an averagely sized CPR. Let's measure it in points. It is nearly 100 points. So yeah, it is average to wide kind of CPR. 100 points, you could actually classify it as a wide CPR. So those are the important levels that we can see. One more important level I can see today is this level. Why is that important? It is because price found it difficult to break it initially. Then after it was broken, it has acted as support again in this area. So it might act as an important area tomorrow. So just keep an eye out for that level. If you see any action around that area, then it's best that you don't or avoid trading in that zone. Again, we can also see that this is also an important area where we can see that price spent time here before that level was broken, and then again you can see that price is taking support within that zone. And I think we have all of the levels marked. I don't see any other fresh levels as of today. So I think I'll just update these levels on Twitter by the evening, so whenever you can. And if you are actually taking trades based on my strategies, and if you need these levels and you're finding them important, then please take them down on your charts also. Thank you for watching this video. Do let me know in the comment section below if you have liked this video. It really encourages me also. And if you've liked it, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and also hit the bell icon so you're notified each time I post a new video. Please share my video also with your friends and family and help me grow this channel. Thank you for watching and have a great day ahead.